Good evening, everyone. Adam here from Bull Logic doing another market analysis video with you. Glad to have our video software back up and running. Last couple of days it has been out of service, but it does look like we are now back in business. Taking a look at the markets today, if you're just to look at the closing number of being down 0.05%, it looks like nothing happened, but intraday we did see a nice spike down this morning, followed by a gradual climb higher throughout the day where we finished flat. Good news for the bulls, bad news for the bears. The bulls are still putting in a nice consolidation here, even though that spike down does make things a little bit uglier. We're still holding the key levels. Remember, for bullish case, we are still waiting on a 1440 bounce. We could even go to the 1430s or even the 1420s and still remain very bullish in this market. All these pullback levels are great support levels, and they could warrant a bounce at any one of the levels. Plus, we have the rising 20, 50, and 200-day moving average to back that up. So for now, we're going to remain bullish. As you know, we've been harping on this for a week or so now. Still going to remain that way. Don't want to get heavy short going into the market. If I can't find any good longs, I'd rather sit in cash, but I do think that the market is more geared to breaking out than it is to breaking down. Again, we would have to see a takeout of 3 levels plus the moving averages just to make a bearish case going forward. So definitely would want to see more consolidation or a bounce coming in the very near future. If not tomorrow, then on Monday. That way we could just cement the bull's case in and get a nice run going up. We are no longer overbought. We are back inside the Bollinger Band, so we are ready to move higher. Looking at the Russell, this one had a perfect bounce off that support level. This one is going to be the one to keep an eye on just to see if there's more weakness involved here or not. Definitely going to be weary of a breakdown of the lows. That 830 or 847 level, is going to be a level to watch. Next, we'll watch that 838 level and then down into the 832 level. Definitely want to keep a gap fill going here over today's highs and not want to see a breakdown lower. Breakdown lower would be a bit of a bear sign, bit of a divergence if the other markets don't follow along. So we will definitely want to keep our eyes on the small caps. NASDAQ has been performing very well. It performed a little bit better, I would say, than the S&P and definitely better than the Russell today, even though it was down by 0.21%. Just the way it was down just made it a little bit better. Still a strong consolidation here, still holding above our support of that 3100 or that 3140 level, I should say, the 3000 level, and then we have that 3035 level. Definitely key levels to watch. Still going very bullish here in technology. We are seeing a nice strong run into Apple. It looks like it might pin on that $700 level come in tomorrow's close. It is very overbought, but it'll look like it'll work itself off throughout time. I don't see much reason for it to really start to pull back, maybe tap that 20-day moving average before getting a nice bounce. Amazon did have a bit of a down day after it announced that it was no longer going to sell Kindles at Walmart, so that's something to keep an eye on, see if we can get any more weakness out of it, but it's still setting up as a nice flag pattern, so I wouldn't be too worried here. Look for a breakout to come in and take out those levels to new highs. Looking at the VIX, which has been our tell this entire time in this market, it still remains very low. It was only up 1.37%, which is a little bit higher than what we'd like to see going into a day where we were only down 0.05%. So we're going to keep our eye on that. But we did sell off on the VIX most of the day, so that's always a good sign to see. Again, we're looking to hold our VIX somewhere between 13 and 17 at least. I expect around the 14-15 range to hold for most of the year, or at least until we get our non-farm payroll numbers coming in October. That might send it a little bit higher. Dow Jones Transports are something to watch here. We did see some weakness. It went from being overbought to very oversold very quickly. It's bouncing along this wedge here, or this triangle pattern, very nicely. We'll have to see if tomorrow it's going to hold or it's going to fall and actually sink below and make a nice short. So we'll have to keep that on watch. The thing that's been on everybody's mind is oil. Did see finally an update today, a little bit of a nice oversold bounce. As you see, it's still very oversold. We could get another couple of days, maybe pushing in that 20-day moving average. but we really need to see some strength put in here. Otherwise, this is definitely looking to be a good short, so it's definitely going to be a hinder or a hurt to our rally if we can't get oil involved. All right, everyone, that's what we got for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy trading on Fridays. We got a great watch list posted for you, so make sure you check that out.